Hi, this is Dave again at TitleSearch.com. When you buy a house, the first thing you do, you get the title company or the mortgage company to pull a title report. They pull a title search. In most cases, the buyer never even sees the title search. It goes right to the title agency. What about the idea of getting a title search before you buy the house? Why would that be a good idea? What about even before you put an offer on the house? Well, here's some valuable intel that can come from a title search prior to even putting an offer on a house. First of all, you'd know the owner's name, and that might be helpful to know maybe this is a person that you know about or aware of if they live in your neighborhood or area. More importantly, you'll get some information on maybe their motivation behind selling the house and what's going through their mind in negotiating that sale with you. First of all, you'll know what they paid for the house. How long have they had it? If they've lived in the house for 10 or 15 years and paid an amount based on that market, that might be important information to know. Also, why are they moving? If it's a job transfer, if it's a family event that's putting them in a new area or they need a bigger home. You also know the amount of the mortgages currently on the property. Even if they paid a small amount for that property 15 years ago, since then they may have remortgaged the property, they may have put additions or second mortgages on the house that have encumbrances that has to get paid off. Also, the mortgages themselves, are they current? Are they in foreclosure? Are they in default? Are they delinquent? That could make a difference in their motivation to sell the house quickly. The same holds true for any other type of default on taxes or liens or judgments against the house. A lot of times a family event or life event will go into motivating a sale. It could be a divorce, a death in the family, probate. There may be some quitclaim deeds that happen on that house prior to them selling it that show that there's activity in that family or with that property ownership. Is the house a primary residence? Is the name on the deed and the assessor's records the same? If not, it could indicate that it was a rental property. How long was it rented for? Did they have it as a primary residence at one point and then later on convert it to a rental? That might be information to know about to see what other house they purchased or where they're living now compared to this house. Are there other owners than the primary owner? Did a secondary owner come on title at some point afterwards? Is the owner a corporation that may be a management company? Did it go through some type of flipping where it was bought by an investor, flipped to another company, and now it's for sale again through a realtor? Again, this is all information that will help you deal with the negotiation and deciding how much to offer for that house, and consider what they might accept as an acceptable arrangement to sell the house to you. Are the owners who have this house in possession of other properties? Do they own other properties elsewhere? Do they buy and sell houses regularly? That will be part of a title search that might help you as well. Last, are there permits on this property which have been opened for construction? That could be good and bad. It could be that they put new structures in the house, maybe redid the kitchen, maybe redid bathrooms. It could also mean that there are mechanics liens that attach to that house. And you may think that just because you purchase a house through a realtor that there's protection. Most title insurance policies very specifically exclude mechanics liens that aren't recorded, but those can still come up and encumber the house later, meaning that if a plumber who did some work on the pipes of the house was not paid, even if they don't file a lien initially, they might have up to a year to say, hey, look, I wasn't paid. I want to put a lien on this house, even if you didn't hire that plumber if it was a prior owner. So permits could be an example of that. You also want to make sure that those permits are closed, because if the permits are not closed out, you buy the house, the building inspector or zoning department can come out and say, hey, we want to inspect this work to see if it's done and close out these permits. And if it's not completed, you may have to pay to have them brought up to code in order to get those permits closed out so you don't have any fines. So purchasing a house is going to require a title search when you go to that closing, but running a title search before you make an offer might help negotiate that deal. You're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. $100 or $2 in advance in due diligence might help you save thousands off the purchase price, or at least make you feel comfortable that what you're paying and the house you're getting are exactly what you want.